Okay guys, first of all, we're going to take the heater core and we're going to put it in position. Because of the way I'm doing this. You might do it a little different than me, but I'm doing it this way. As you can see, I got this popped back in here. It's no big deal, it just goes through the two holes that the old one came out of. It's best to have this a little bit loose so you can get it around, because of the way that there's two little dips in the plastic over there where this actually sets in. So you'll want to kind of leave this a little loose so that you can get it around those two little spots. So anyways, we got this back in. We're gonna put this box back on. Now that we've gotten the box back in, you have to remember that there's a slot that heater core actually slides into, and you have to slide it from this side into that slot because it will only fit in there one way. So anyways, we got that back in. Okay, as you can see, I've got this all bolted back up. I need to go out there, and I'll even show you because I haven't shown you yet. There's two bolts that you have to undo. This is all going to have to be pushed in, obviously still, but it'll draw itself in whenever you tighten those two bolts that are underneath the hood. I'll show you that. Okay, down in here, there are two studs. There's one down there, as you can see what it looks like. It's a long stud that sticks out. There's actually another one that is way up in here. You'll find it by feeling it. You can sort of see it if you got the right angle, but you can actually sort of just feel for it and find it. So those two, they're 10mm nuts on the end of them, and you'll need an extension and stuff to get to them. So I'll get those taken care of, and then I'll get back to the inside and I'll start on the rest of the dash. Alright, now we're going to start on this middle portion of the dash here, and we're going to get it set back in there. Okay, after fighting with it a little bit, we got it back in, we got it lined up. I still got to put the 6 bolts down in the steering column. I still got to put the bolts in over here, you know, the normal stuff. I still got to put those bolts in. But and there's some behind it that I have to put in order to hold up the blower motor and the HVAC, which, so that's those two bolts taken care of. I got this mounted back in here. I'm getting ready to put this back together, and then there's gonna be those two 13mm, the one on each side, that need to go back in. And once I get that done, I believe I'm ready to put the plastic skeleton in, so I'll have to do that. So I'll have to put these in and then put the plastic skeleton back in here. So I guess I ought to get to that. As far as the wiring goes, these plugs are made in such a way that they only go into one spot. If you try to put one of these plugs someplace that they don't belong, well, they're not going to go in there anyway. Okay, I got the center vent back in. It actually has 2 of those quick clips, just push pin clips. I'll show you. There's one on each side. They don't actually get a bolt, but they have these little quick pins in them. Okay, well, we've got some of the plastic on. I still need to do the center console. I got the instrument cluster put in. I got the vent and the bottom of the steering wheel cover on. Of course, I got this side. I got this back in. I still need to put in a few more screws, of course, a few more of the bolts, but we're getting there. We're getting there little by little. I'll be putting the dash plate up there once I get these little 7mm put back in. There's 3 that go across here. There's 2 that goes in up there. One there, of course. Trying to think. Of course, I got this back in. 7mm up in there. There's 2 7mm that go to put this together down in here, and then this piece here clips on. So we're getting there. I still got the A-pillar covers to put on, and I still got the side panels to put on too on the dash. I still have the glove box to put back in, of course. But I've been kind of looking at everything, making sure that I have everything plugged in. That way, if I don't, I can get to it before I go to turn everything on and it just doesn't work. Which, other than the stuff that's in there, the plugs that are inside the center console, I'm pretty sure I got everything else plugged back in. But we will know more whenever we fire it back up, which will be a while because I have to replace the heater hoses as well, because I had to cut the old nasty ones off because I couldn't get them off without cutting them. So anyways, more to come. Alright, I got some more work done. I got this side panel on. I got the A-pillars both back in. I got the instrument bezel, and I got the steering column cover back on. Of course, I got these side panels on over here on the center console. I got that all buttoned up. It's just about done. I got to put the glove box back in and that kick panel back there. That's up underneath there. There's a kick panel that goes in there. I started it, but thought I'd show a little progress for the moment. There's still, I got to put the center console in, put the radio back in. Of course, the glove box needs to go back in. So, like I say, this really isn't a how-to on this particular job, but you can kind of get an idea of what all's involved in it, and you can decide for yourself if you want to take on the task or not. So, I'll get some more of it done and show you some more. Might even go ahead and finish it up and then show it. Okay, now that we've got the radio plugged in, the antenna, make sure you plug in the antenna and everything. And then, you know, you want to plug in your heater controls. Whoops, turn it up the right direction. Make sure all your heater controls are all plugged in. And then you'll have these window controls down here that need to be plugged in. And then of course your hazards and your fog lights need to be plugged in. The hazard is the brown plug, green, aquamarine, whatever. Green collar plug is your fog lights. well, this may actually, there, yeah. Okay, you don't actually put that bottom piece back on until you've got this back in here. Make sure everything's lined up. Things lined up, pop back into place, and then you can pop this in, which of course now it's going to be a pain more than likely. Okie dokie, looks good to me. The battery is not hooked up, so I can't really check it right now. I have to hook the battery back up. Before we actually call this done, we need to go ahead and I've got the battery hooked back up. I got the dash all back in. And before we call this done, I really need to go ahead and do like a system check, make sure everything. Now, I'm not going to start the vehicle because I still haven't replaced the heater hoses yet. But I will get to that momentarily. So we check the radio, kind of can check the blower, and as you can tell, it does work on all the settings. It does work, so that's good. That means replacing the module worked. We check out all the lights, and the windshield wipers, even though I broke the handle, yes, it still works. And then the mist works. Make sure all that works. And the rear works. So that's all good. The headlights all work. Bright lights. Turn signals work. I'm going to guess the brake lights work. Yep, brake lights work. So, alright, you can actually make your own choice if you want to do this job yourself or not. It's hundreds of dollars to have it done at a shop. As you can see from part 1 and this part 2, that, well, there's a lot involved. Now, if you've got a really good friend that works on cars a lot that doesn't mind doing it for way cheaper, then that's fine too. But if you decide to take on this job, you at least know what is involved in doing the heater core on a Torrent or an Equinox. There's a lot to do. So anyways, and I even thought I was going to sneak around it and be able to get by with not having to take it all the way apart, but come to find out, even I couldn't find a way around it. And actually, honestly, usually I'm pretty good at finding ways around stuff. But there you have it. It's all back together, and it looks like it's supposed to. Everything's all in place. As far as I know, and as far as I can remember, I've got everything plugged back up. The only bad thing is that I accidentally broke the wiper control arm, which I'll have to pull that back apart once I find another one to put in there, or we find another one to put in there. And also, the little ring for the ignition is missing. I'm going to have to look for that. It may be in the back floorboard or the back seat or something like that, but I know it had it in it, and it can't be far. So anyways, guys, gals, thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe, get notifications. I'll be doing stuff like this. I'll be doing, you know the drill. I'll be doing all kinds of random stuff mostly. I hate to say that because that doesn't attract people to your channel. But between car audio, repairing cars, and working on my own projects, and giving you how-tos and stuff, there's going to be a lot going on. So it actually, maybe I've already covered something else that you are wanting done or needed done, or maybe I'll cover it shortly in the future or something. Pretty soon I'll be rebuilding an engine for a guy for his Saturn Ion, I believe it is, and I'll be doing that. It's a 2.2 Ecotech, so I'll be taking that task on, and I'll be having it on here too. I'm going to do a full rebuild, so I'm going to do video as I go along, step by step. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hit the notifications, and have a spectacular day or night, whichever one it is for you. Peace out.